AI knows you better than you think. Imagine someone already knows which video you will click tomorrow. Which message will make you angry? Which product you are most likely to buy? Maybe even when you're feeling lonely, before you fully realize it yourself. And the strangest part? This person does not know your name. They have never met you. They may not even know what you look like. Because it is not a person, it is AI, and this is not science fiction. Right now, artificial intelligence is quietly learning what captures your attention, what changes your mood, and what keeps you coming back. Not because it suddenly has emotions, but because it can do something much simpler. It can find patterns in you that you cannot see yourself. Every time you use YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Amazon, or Google, you leave behind tiny signals. You pause on a video for 2 extra seconds. You instantly scroll past another one. You search for something late at night. You watch 3 videos about motivation, then one about money, then one about feeling lost. To you, these may seem like random actions. To an AI system, they are data, and data becomes prediction. That is the important part. AI does not need to know who you truly are. It does not need to understand your childhood, your fears, your dreams, or the reasons behind your choices. It only needs to answer one question. What are you most likely to do next? That is the difference between a human and an algorithm. Humans try to understand you. AI tries to predict you. And sometimes, prediction is more powerful than understanding. Think about your YouTube homepage. You may believe you are simply watching whatever interests you. But the system behind the screen is constantly testing you. It shows you one title. You click. Then it shows you a slightly more dramatic title. You click again. Then maybe something more emotional, more personal, more urgent. And after only a few minutes, the algorithm may know something uncomfortable. Not exactly what you think, but what makes you stay. AI does not need to manipulate you in some evil, obvious way. It can influence you simply by optimizing for attention. And attention is not always driven by happiness. It is often driven by fear, anger, curiosity, jealousy, hope, shock. The strongest emotions are often the hardest to scroll past. Now imagine that this system is not looking at just one action. It is looking at thousands. The time of day you are online, how long you watch, what you search for, what you buy, what you ignore, how you react to certain words, which topics make you stop scrolling. For a human, this would look like chaos. For AI, it can become a pattern. It might discover that people who watch certain videos late at night are more likely to buy something the next morning. It might notice that users who suddenly change the way they write are more likely to be stressed. It might learn that people who search for one topic often become interested in another topic a few days later. That does not mean AI can read your mind. It cannot look inside your head, but maybe it does not need to. Because if it can predict your behavior accurately enough, it can often act before you have consciously made a decision. And that leads to a very uncomfortable question. How free are our choices when algorithms already know which options we are most likely to choose? Imagine your feed is not only showing you what you like, imagine it is slowly shaping what you like. Not through one huge act of manipulation, but through thousands of tiny suggestions. One more video, one more recommendation, one more headline designed to trigger something inside you. One product that suddenly feels perfectly connected to your problem. And eventually, you might think, I chose this myself. Maybe you did, but maybe the choice was carefully prepared long before you noticed it. This is not a secret conspiracy. It is the logic of platforms competing for your attention. And AI itself is not automatically dangerous. It can help doctors detect disease earlier. It can translate languages. It can support people with disabilities. It can speed up research and solve problems that once took years. But every technology that helps us understand people better can also be used to influence people more effectively. The real danger may not be AI becoming conscious and taking over the world. The real danger may be much quieter. We become so used to personalized systems that we forget to ask a simple question. Is this really what I want? Or is this what an algorithm has learned to make me want? Because the future may not be controlled by a machine that gives orders. It may be shaped by a machine that simply knows which suggestion you are most likely to accept. If you want to understand how AI is changing reality, decision-making, and maybe even the way we see ourselves, subscribe to the channel. Because the future is not coming someday, it is already learning how you think.